Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Everyday Gardening with Erica, and I have an exciting video. At least it's exciting for me. Hopefully it's exciting for you today. Since our last video, I did put some onions in the ground. So I have two of the in-ground beds that I filled. One side is nothing but white onions and the other side is nothing but red onions. I did not count them, but it was a lot of onions. So hopefully everything will turn out as well as they did the last time I planted in those beds. So I'm excited about that. It's a little over 72 degrees outside. The sun is shining. There's a breeze. It's cool. It just feels like spring, honestly. And I don't want to get too excited because I know that as soon as I start thinking it's spring, some cold front will come through. But we are very close to that spring weather, and it gets me very excited to see the plants in the stores, and I've got my seedlings growing in the back. And I don't know how I manage this, but today, which is Super Bowl Sunday, Adam has been so gracious into getting all the materials for us to build some additional raised beds, not necessarily as high as the ones that we have now, a little bit lower to the ground, but that will be, I believe we decided on 4 foot by 16 foot, which would be really awesome. So that's more planting space for us. I don't have plans for what I'm going to put in them just yet, but it'll be very exciting to have that available space. Also, what I wanted to do is show you kind of what I do as far as watering the seedlings and what the seedlings look like right now. I bottom water, which means that I have these trays that hold water in them, and so I pour the water in the tray, and then the each cell soaks up that water into the root system as opposed to top watering. And that seems to be working out really well. But today, as I water, I wanted to also let you know that because they're starting to sprout and they're looking pretty good, I wanted to give them a little bit of fertilizer. This is new. I've not done this before. I've heard people do this and it's successful for them. I want to try something new this year, but I'm going to take the fish fertilizer, which is the 511, and I'm going to mix just a small amount into a gallon of water here. And then I'm going to go ahead and water, bottom water all of the seedlings. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. This stuff smells so bad, but I know the plants really like it. So honestly, it tells you here that for vegetables, bedding plants, bulbs, and annuals, you're probably looking about 2 tablespoons of water for every 25 square foot of soil. This is a gallon of water. I probably did a half a teaspoon in this entire gallon. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on this, and then I'm gonna shake it up and get ready to feed the plants. So you'll see it's like this muddy, gross looking water. All right, for these cells, we have kale, spinach, and Swiss chard. And I would say most of these have germinated. 2 of the spinach cells didn't germinate, and 2 of the Swiss chard didn't germinate here. And then some of them have double, right? So I planted 2 seeds per cell. And I can separate these and move these into the 2 cells that maybe didn't germinate at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift this tray up and tilt it so you can see it. You can see it's almost completely bone dry on the bottom, so I'm going to drop the water in here and bottom water feed. But I wanted to show you also, look at the roots that are coming out of the bottom. So they drink that water as soon as it's poured in there. So let me get that going. And I know they're gonna appreciate this very stinky, fishy water. Lift this back up and drop it in. Wah, wah, wah. So while I was showing you guys the seeds, I completely dumped an entire tray of my peppers on the ground. And my heart just sank. I don't know if any of y'all have done something like that before, but it just breaks your heart. So see, accidents happen in the garden. I went ahead and took them off the ground and hoped that I didn't stress them out too much, and I planted them in these individual 3x3 pots. So luckily I was able to save all of them but 2. So I'm hoping they're gonna live the remainder of their life in these pots and grow nice, big, and strong. But if not, it's okay. I'll just have to be behind a couple of weeks, and I may have to buy a couple of starts here pretty soon as the plants start coming out into the lawn and garden centers. But I'm going to try to plant in waves this summer. I'm going to do this first round of peppers. I was hoping to start tomato seeds. We'll get to that in a second. But then what we're going to do is after a few weeks, I'm going to start another round of seeds. So one of the things that I purchased new this year, and I will be sure to show you a video on that, is a tool for what's called soil blocking. I had never heard of it before. I actually was scrolling through TikTok, don't judge me, and saw that somebody was talking about how soil blocking is better for the root system in your germination. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this tool and I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to try it out with you guys. And it's really just a tool that makes like little blocks of soil, so there's no like plastic around it, and you grow your seeds from those little blocks of soil. Hard to explain, but I'll be sure to do a video on that so you can see it. I was hoping Amazon was going to deliver it earlier in the day today so I could get all my tomato plants started, because this is the last weekend where I wouldn't be too far behind. But that didn't happen because I ordered it last night, and it's probably going to come later tonight. So I'm going to have to do another video where I do the soil blocking and then do the tomato plants. So anyway, before I leave, I wanted to show you a picture of the above ground or the raised beds that Adam and I, mostly Adam, worked on today and got them moved and placed in the garden. We have a couple more things to do. We have to level them out, and we have to put some chicken wire before we can dump all the soil in there, and then it's ready for planting. So I will post a picture of those, and I'm really excited to finish that out so we have more planting space this year. Well, it's a really short video. I hope at least you got to touch base with me and see what's going on in the garden. But thanks for watching. Until next time, catch you later, guys. Bye.